Hello, YouTubers. Joe Kersey here. Actually, I'm recording this on Wednesday, March 30th, 2016, but you the bulk of the events in this video took place. Well, actually, I think all the events in this video took place last night, somewhere around between like say 6 o'clock and 8 o'clock. Uh, Tony Tony BZ arrived back in town from uh, Yellow Springs and Cleveland and Dayton and so forth. He had a business meeting in Cleveland and he came down uh, and stayed the night. But this was sort of the start of the evening while we were waiting for this pizza, and then there's going to be another video that will be sort of later in the evening and possibly extending into the early morning hours even. Because we didn't get to bed about 2:30 in the morning today after from last night. I can't do that very well. But it was great fun. I don't get a chance to do that very often. So so here we go.
Couple of years, she can, she had her chance. She had issues at work, whatever.
Issues.
So,
There was some guy at work always called
going back west.
Issues.
I'm going back west. Yeah.
Yeah. She's going to New Mexico and you're going to Seattle.
Oh, that's Tamara. No, this is someone else. This is Lee Fraser. This is someone else. No, Tamara's back at home. She's back to work.
She's already gone.
She's
already gone, huh?
She left Sunday. She left on Easter.
Oh, okay. Well, see, I thought that she might.
So anyway, I want to continue my Easter story that Paul asked about. How the food was wonderful. People came around. My second mother came from the Bates. She drove down about halfway. I mean, she just didn't know where she was. I had to show her. It was actually, she was right. I gave her a confusing address. It was, and I didn't realize further down the numbers were similar. They went down to 0 and came up again. But anyway, she came. Poppy was there, Wilhelmina and Ken and Tamara and her mom. Ken and I were outnumbered.
And this was over in Yellow Springs.
Yeah, Mina's house.
Yellow Springs.
We had, lamb got done and cut it up and all the food came out. Well, we were all being civil and then it started. I think Poppy was tippling on her way over there, which was fine. Yeah, that's wonderful. That's wonderful.
If you can, that's great.
That's wonderful. Well, it started getting into political talk, which can be very tiresome, especially for an Easter, pre-Easter dinner kind of thing. But they were gone. Yes, Bernie. Well, my second mother, Audrey, she's there, and she's very Republican. She's very Republican.
Bernie get Washington? Win Washington?
I heard on the radio today.
I did.
Of course.
I didn't mean.
I don't know how much.
I mean, what? Yeah.
I think way big.
Yeah, it was winner take all. I think
way big or something. I don't know.
Which is odd for the Democrats.
But
he said somebody's Republican.
Yeah, my friend Audrey.
Well,
my second mother, Audrey.
Probably had to run that on the ground.
She said, and she's the loveliest lady and funniest psychologist. She's been the most open-minded. She was the first one who ever accepted me. She knew I was queer from get-go.
I think my Aunt Ola did too. Yeah.
Anyway, she said, she said, I was going to interject, a couple comments. She said, shit, I thought they were going to skin me in there if I even... They were all... Oh, and Poppy was getting louder. And it was...
Poppy can be quite vociferous when she gets on the politics.
Oh, my God. I had to go outside.
Yeah.
I had to go outside and have the door open.
I mean, she could get right up in your face.
But it's loud.
Yeah.
And Ken who he and Mina own that house. Ken's the real political. He's the one who does everything in Yellow Springs. All the Democrat, all the every very very political. He was shutting his mouth in this, and he was saying, kind of looking at me. Anyway, and finally we ate dinner, and I said, "Poppy, honey, let's go out. Let's take a walk down to Antioch." So I said, she said, I want to have a little bit more. I said, "Well, honey, we can do that."
Was her
I got
husband
my
there?
little.
Was her husband there?
No.
Oh,
God, I've never met her.
Oh, what a blessing!
I know you've told me.
What a great.
I don't think she likes them. But anyway, so I had a little cooler. We put 2 beers in it, and then we left with 2 beers. So we're walking down. This is Yellow Springs.
That is a small cooler.
I know. I would have rather had more.
That's a small cooler. 2 beers.
So it's like 8. The sun's still up a little bit, and we're walking to Antioch, and we almost got there. And there's this car I'm noticing out of the kind of court. And Poppy and I are arguing or just talking.
What is it? NSA burbling limo?
It's a Yellow Springs police cop, which has these weird jet stripings on. It's like a Formula One racing car,
like a pop art thing from holdover from the 70s.
And I don't know how long he's been following us, but he finally comes up in a peripheral view. Oh, okay. Stop. Yeah.
Hello.
And Poppy. Yeah, hello. And Poppy starts walking to the police car. And he cop jumps out of the car. Oh shit.
Oh shoot.
Yes, I think the last thing we were talking about is Black Lives Matter.
Oh shit. Yeah. All lives matter.
But this cop was. Fortunately, he was amused with the whole. So we weren't doing anything. We were drinking beer unconcealed. And
in some states you can do that, but not in Ohio.
This is his comment.
Can you do that in Washington?
Comment, probably not.
Yeah.
I do it.
Yeah.
But I'll go.
Well, and obviously if you're in downtown.
It's not like we're this is down little side streets where all the cop said. He looked at me. He said, all I'm asking, just be discreet. Please, just be discreet. I said, oh, thank you, officer. Thank you, officer.
Yeah.
That's
very.
We certainly will. We certainly will. We're on our way. We're just doing a little stroll, Easter stroll.
An Easter stroll.
But what happened? We went around Antioch, and it was
that park or a neighborhood?
Antioch
is
a
a university.
College.
Yeah, college.
Okay.
I think it's university now. I think it's university.
I don't know
because
it went out of business, went up. And,
it was only out of business for like 3 months, and then some group of donors, alumni donors, infused a bunch of.
Well, that's how they survived for the last 30 years.
That was several years ago that happened.
Well, they have like a new building. It's ugly. It's not even on the campus there. But anyway.
What about that sort of 1870s?
Yeah.
Is that still there?
We walked
through. Sort of like
there was no one. This wasn't Easter.
University Hall
This was
yeah.
This was the day, Saturday.
Yeah.
Because we did this because Tamara was leaving on Sunday, so we walked through there, just peeked on the dorm, or the student union thing.
Yeah.
No one's there. No one's in. I always was able to get in the art building where they did pottery because they had those kilns going and people went in and out. That was closed and no problem on Antioch with drinking our beer and. But we were talking and talking. Anyway, I said, let's get back. We started walking, and I know Yellow Springs pretty well. I thought. Well, I got lost. We were out in cornfields. It took us till 4 a.m. to get back.
Oh my dear Lord Almighty! Was the full moon out? Did you at least have some full moon
Yes,
light?
we had light.
Oh, well, thank the good Lord
Poppy
on
was
that.
saying, "Where the hell are we?"
Yeah, I can hear Poppy.
Sugar, I know. We'll be home soon. 2 hours later, 3 hours later, but we did.
Lord, I could. I mean, I have been so sleep deprived these last from certainly.
Well, you can blame it on me.
No. Well, yes.
Starting with that.
Actually, that was a bit of a trigger. But sometimes I get. I wouldn't say I'm hypomanic, but I can borderline on it. And when I get focused on things, and there was a time in my life when I was extremely focused on things for 10 weeks at a time, hence the quarter system. But I've been very focused on the taxes. I've been very focused on the lawsuit. I've been very focused on all this crap going on. And I was very focused on Holy Week. And at least we didn't do the full, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday Holy Week thing like Charles Wilson did. But still, and this is the first time I've read a Good Friday. First time I've read it at the vigil, but I've never read a Good Friday book. And I thought, it's like a funeral service. You don't ever want to fuck up a funeral service reading because the family has requested you. And it's like, wow, I can't. I have to absolutely be ready.
I never thought about it.
Absolutely.
It is a funeral service.
A funeral service
is
like a funeral service is like an Easter service, but a Good Friday service is like what you would think of as a traditional,
Yeah. I hadn't thought about it. So they don't do Stations of the Cross.
He offered Stations of the Cross on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday night, and Charles Wilson, did that. But it was always out, to do it. They have these nice, pictures to put up, and people come in and do those.
But it's not an organized.
Well, it was more.
Doesn't necessarily.
No, it was more organized this year, I think. But I didn't attend those. This guy is very much, one click away from being a Roman Catholic, which is interesting because he grew up as a Lutheran in Wisconsin. Which
It's Luther, and yes.
So he always insists on being called Father. I don't call him Father. I only call one. Well, we call two entities Father, and the one I used to call Father is dead. So I only call one entity Father. I don't call this guy Father. I call him either Reverend, or I just call him by his first name. I have one Father in heaven, and that's God. And I had one father on earth, and that's my dad. But this guy ain't my father.
Are we on candid camera?
Yeah, you see the green light?
I see it now.
Yeah. I knew I was fucking up by turning to it. I'll turn it off if you want.
No, you behave.
No,
I am wondering. I am sort of wondering, maybe with some slight horrified thoughts of what got on video the other day that I was here. But
no, I can show it to you. It was very benign.
Okay.
Actually, there was very little stuff. I mean, I just took it like it was like this little clip of the restaurant at Villanova. And you coming up the drive, coming up the drive.
Yeah.
And then it was
I know Tamara. Tamara and I.
And there's a great picture where, at the end when you looked and Tamara put her arm out. I use that as a thumbnail, Yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, no, it's nice.
So how's Tony Pynchon?
Well, we Skyped on Sunday.
Well, he did his Easter thing.
His sister was able to come over on Monday rather than Sunday.
So
her husband came over with her. So Tony's brother-in-law came. And And this guy's been really sick for about the last 2 weeks, and he was coughing and hacking and everything. And he says he might still even be off. I mean, so he's got some sort of he's got some sort of bronchitis, near pneumonia thing going on. But his sister, and he likes his brother-in-law. His brother-in-law and he get along very well. In fact, I would hope I get to meet the two of them when I'm over there. And I said, oh hell, we'll drive over and see him. Because I have the car. Tony didn't drive.
Yeah.
So.
Well, how far? Like an hour away or something?
Oh, it's Sheffield. It's like for us it'd be like driving 40, 50 miles. Yeah. But for them it's a big ass deal. They get out of a train. His sister drives, but Tony doesn't drive. He doesn't have a car. He takes.
Well, he doesn't need to.
Well, he doesn't need to. He walks everywhere. He walks to work. He walks to church. Yeah, it is good. Which is refreshing to me because because I'm staying there, I know that we could walk to the bar. We could walk to the bar. We could walk.
Don't get lost in the cornfield.
Yeah. Well, fuck. Actually, I'll have my heavy jacket on. I can just lay down with my wool pants. I'll just lay down and sleep in the damn cornfield. I've done that before over there. So.
All I can say is this whole trip has been fabulous. I needed to get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of it.
I understand that feeling exactly because that's the state I'm entering into. I mean, I am it used to be you couldn't yank me out of here with a chain and a tow truck, but now I'm just like the drum beat started in my head. I'm going to make plans. I'm going to write them down. I'm going to get ready to go. And
it's fun.
Yeah. And I haven't taken a trip anywhere since 2001.
Well, it's damn well about time.
Yeah. And I haven't been over there since 1995.
I mean, sugar. No.
21 years.
You don't live forever.
21 years. No, I want to start. I got nailed unexpectedly on more tax this year than I thought I'd already paid, but that's okay. I can cover that. By the grace of God, I can cover that. Alternative minimum tax. Don't even say it's capital gains tax rates. Just say you're going. Say it. So it's like when you make more than this amount of money, it's going to be the fuck you tax rate. They clawed back all of my charitable deductions and no, not my charitable. They clawed back all of my state tax up there and real estate tax. Which God knows up here is like hellacious. So we can have palatial schools for the kid. It's all about the kid. We have to have 3 auditoriums, 2 gyms, 3 playing fields.
Yeah, that's
terrazzo floors.
Well, hell, you got to be sharing the love. You could use a little terrazzo floor in here.
I like this.
Well, I like it too.
Yeah, but except for tripping on that.
Yeah. But terrazzo, I wouldn't mind them putting in a terrazzo floor. Isn't that the ones that you can do the tangos in the best?
I put a tile floor in the kitchen down at the family roadhouse where Faith lived. And I put a tile floor and stuff in the bathroom up the corner. Same guy did them both. Of course, while he was doing them, he got drunk and fell asleep several times.
While the mortar was setting?
It didn't bother me. It bothered Faith when she walked in and saw me. And his 14-year-old kid was in there smoking a joint. And
that's a bit much.
And she pissed and moaned at me. But I said, but how's the floor?
Yeah, how's the floor?
She says, the floor's fine. I said, well, there it is.
I think that's what you need with those tilers. They do need to smoke, a little bit.
He was an instrument tech at Grant. He's dead now. He died. He, God bless him, Roger Dewart, he got the job as an instrument tech after he'd been working at the post office, and he went in one day. And he took this is the main post office in Columbus. And he took the elevator up from the ground floor to the second floor, to the main sorting room. He got the door open. And he just got depressed. He went back downstairs. And he went out and had some valet out in the car. He says, turns out I went alone. He says, many people would come to work and decide to not, they'd go down and they'd go out and take Valium in the car and not go to work. And later on, he decided he'd also start doing things like he'd start tossing the mail, the advertising mail.
Oh, the stuffs.
Yeah, and he started tossing that, and it wasn't like he was a carrier. It wasn't like he was out and just tossed it when he was a carrier. He was doing it while he was on the main floor.
Sorting mail.
Yeah, sorting mail. And so he went up before
that could make a mess.
Judge Duncan, federal criminal charge, on this.
And
he always liked to talk about, the way I avoided the Iron Hotel. Because Judge Duncan says, I'm going to send you to prison for 5 years unless you can get a job here in the next 3 months. And he did. He was an instrument technician at Grant Hospital. Because he had been in the military, he did instrumentation in the military. And he was really good. He was really good. I mean, really good. And it's a lot of fun. He brought over a hood, a car hood. It was painted as a bullseye target. We put it down there on the creek bank and shot at it with shotgun slugs. He kind of loves. This guy was great, but he was also one of the most profane, luring, eyeballing people. Everybody you want to know. And he was heavy. He was a big, heavy man. And he says, I'm a fat son of a bitch. He says, but I don't carry myself like a fat son of a bitch.
What? He could still grab at you?
No, he stood up straight and he walked around briskly.
Oh, well.
And so he always, would make fun of the circulating nurses for coming in and saying, hi, I'm Doreen. I'm going to be a nurse today. I think nurse today, person who the operator doesn't think there's a nurse in there. I mean, you got, but I'm going to be your nurse. And so he went to nursing school and he got a nursing degree, he got a nursing license, and he went over. Then he changed from Grant to Riverside, and he worked on the orthopedic floor. And he says, I never was able to go get down the operating room because if I had been able to get down the operating room, I'd be able to walk up to a patient and say, hi. I'm Roger, and I'm going to be your nurse today. The thought of that happening actually caused wild, hysterical laughter.